Welcome to Stock Talk. This is your host, Scott. Hope you had a good day in the market. It was kind of a tough day, down 973 points. Kind of figured it's going to be pulling back with this virus stuff. It's supposed to be getting worse the next couple of weeks. That's kind of what we were thinking. We saw the futures last night were red and it carried through the day. So 900 points down. I was still able to sell something today. I also bought something. So we're going to take a look at that and talk about that. Also wanted to talk about different types of trades that my preference is as far as trading goes. And but let's just go ahead and jump in and take a look at our portfolio, talk about some of those trades we made, and talk about what we're going to do for tomorrow. Okay, so let's go ahead and get over there to that. All right, well, here's our portfolio today. You see here, we did have a good bit of red. We had a red day. The market was red pretty much all day long. We had some green ones. The green ones, let's go ahead and look at those first. It was X. X actually got up there really good today. Kind of pulled back, but it was high, looks like 718. Really pleased with the way it operated today. I didn't like the pullback, but wished it would stay closer to that, but still can't complain. It was up a little bit in the green. Notice the volume here. We did have 30,000 here. We had some heavy volume at the beginning, and you see a little bit of heavy volume here towards the end of the day. Also see in the after hours up a little bit. So X looks like it might be getting a pulse. That's good because it's been getting beat up something terrible. Peloton had a good day today, up 5%. Actually was up also higher than that. You see here it got up to 29.34. Now this is the one I've been wanting to get rid of, and I got rid of it today. I actually sold at 29.20. I was in at 29.12 on that one. That's not going to be much money, but I wanted to get that cash on the sideline. Pelotons I've had for a while now, and I'm just not feeling real good about that one. So I just went ahead and took that as almost an even trade. Did make a little bit on it, but not very much. Wasn't really concerned about that. Just wanted to get that cash on the sideline, and we did. So that's good. And let's go back and take a look at the other one. There was another green one here, Novavax. Novavax up good. Actually was up pretty good in pre-market, and the high of the day was 1488, and we closed at 1403. So pulled back during the day. It was up. U.S. Steel was up, and they both pulled back as the market got redder and redder. Do see here that we are up a little bit in the after hours. Volumes low, and I'm still really pleased with the way Novavax is acting on low volume. I mean, the thing's ticking up every day. So we like that. We're over the 14. It was able to close over that 14. I was glad to see that as well. So that's good. The market was down, like I said, 900 points. So our ETFs kind of followed the market today. We're down 4% here. I did get back into DIA some more. Actually bought some for 210 today. 210. So we're at 209. Was just about going to buy some at 208 because it did get down here to 207.77. Didn't buy that. Probably wait till tomorrow. If it turns red tomorrow, we'll buy some more of that. SPY down 4%. GBTC, a Bitcoin Trust down a good bit of 8%, almost 9. So Bitcoin's having a little trouble there. MPC down 11%. Don't like to see that at all. Back down around that 20 mark, $21. So we got ACB back down another 9 cents. So that one's back in the danger zone still as far as the delisting goes. So we'll just have to keep an eye on the news on that one. I'm not sure how stringent they're going to be on that. But we are doing about as well as you can do when the market's down 900 points. We did have some pretty good ones here, and we did get rid of that Peloton, which I was pleased. Now I've got that cash on the sideline. So overall, it's a pretty good day for me as far as that goes. All right, so let's take a look at our what's going on tonight in the market. There's what we did today, 973 points down, S&P down 115 or so, 114. NASDAQ, all of them down about 4.4%. And that's what our ETFs did. That's what we expect. All right, pre-market, let's take a look, see what's going on pre-market. Pre-market, we've got the Dow. Looks like we got a little green going across the board. So maybe tomorrow we'll start out in the green and have a green day, but I'm not holding my breath. I think this is going to be a rough 2 weeks. I really do. But we'll be tickled if we get a green day out of it tomorrow. May be able to sell the DIA that we bought today. We're really close on the SPY as well. SPY's up there pretty close as well. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. It'd have to be a real good day to get rid of SPY. Oil, looks like we got a little bit of green on the oil. That's good. We'll take that. Let's take a look at Asia markets. Asia, we got the Nikkei. Nikkei is down about 1.5%, and we got Hong Kong down about 1%. Shanghai has not opened yet, or is unchanged. Okay, so we'll look for that. Look for our pre-market tomorrow. Hopefully that's a good sign for tomorrow as far as our pre-market goes. I wanted to take a look at one more thing before we get off tonight and talk about what we're going to do tomorrow. Somebody had made a comment and was asking me about what kind of trades I make and how I make my trades. I don't like to show my hand. I feel like call me paranoid, but I don't like to show my hand as far as my trade goes. And by that I mean I don't like to put a trade out there way ahead of time. My preference on trades are limit trades, and we'll talk about that in just a minute. But I like to do it while I'm watching the market. I don't like to put one out there. Let's say if it hits this thing in 3 days from now, good, it's fine. Go ahead and sell it, because here's what can happen to you. If you put a limit trade out there or something like that, and selling for 3 days or whatever, some kind of news can come out and that thing could go way up where you have maybe it's $1 higher than what you've got right now. So, but the news could come out and make this thing go up $5, $6, $7, and you'll be missing out on all that money because you had this limit trade sitting out there, and it's going to trigger as soon as it hits that limit price. So, I don't like to put those limit trades out there for that reason. And I just feel like, and I've said this before, the big boys. I don't like to show my hand. If everybody's got their trades out there, they don't have to guess it a whole lot. They can see the trades out there, and they can, especially stop losses and things like that. You'll see a lot of times these stocks will take a dip because they're looking at those stop losses out there. And if you got a stop loss under a price of a share, like say it's a $10 share price, and you got a stop loss set at 8. A lot of times these market makers, they'll drive that thing down to 8 just to take those shares from somebody at that price. So I don't like to show my hand. I don't like to put trades out there like that. I like to watch the market, and when I see a price where I want to get out at, then I go put my trade out there. I don't do market trades though. I don't like market trades. I always do a limit trade. So what is a limit trade? Let's take a look at some of that. Let's go over there. Got a little document pulled up for us here. So a limit trade, as you can see here, when you place a limit order to buy, the stock is eligible to be purchased at or below your limit price, never above it. So if I put a limit trade out there for $10, then that order is going to go, if let's say it's $10.50, okay? If I put a limit order out there for $10, then if that thing comes down to $10, that's going to trigger, and that order should go through. Or for some reason, let's say some bad news came out and all of a sudden this thing drops and it doesn't even stop at 10. It's like down to $9.50. You might get that as cheap as $9.50. But you're gonna, that $10 price is what I want that stock at. So I'm plenty happy with that. And that's why I set those limit trades. Now, usually I'm watching the stock and I know it's getting close, so I'll go out there and put that order out there, okay? Next one we got here is a stop loss. Now, it says this type of order automatically becomes a market order when the stop price is reached. Okay, therefore, this is no guarantee that your order will be executed at the stop price. Okay, therefore, there is no guarantee that your order will be executed at the stop price because it becomes a market order. And so what that means is if you got a $10 share price and you put a stop loss in there at $8 because you don't want to, you want to sell if it hits $8 because you don't want it to go down any further, so you want to sell. Well, it becomes a market order once it hits at $8. So whatever the going price is what it's going to sell for. It might be 8, it might be 750, just depending on how many orders are out there and what people are willing to pay. All right, and then you got your stop limit, and it's similar to the stop loss. It says this type of order automatically becomes a limit order when the stop price is reached. So like any limit order, a stop limit order may be filled in whole, in part, or not at all, depending on the number of shares available for sale or purchase at the time. So if you've got that stop limit out there for $8, as soon as it hits $8, it's going to try to fill that order at $8. If it gets below that, it's not going to sell because it's a stop limit. So you're saying, I don't want to sell it unless it's $8. It does not become a market order. It becomes a limit order. And so you're saying, I want to sell at 8. So you might sell, if you're trying to sell 100 shares, 25 of those shares may fill at that $8 price, and then it goes lower. The price is going lower. So you're not selling anymore until it gets back up to that 8. Okay? So that's the stop limit order. And those are just some of the orders. There's all kinds of different orders, but the one I like right here is this one here, the limit order. You place the limit order to buy. Stock is eligible to purchase at below your limit price, at or below your limit price, never above it. So that's kind of what I like to see, and that's I feel comfortable making those limit orders. But like I said before, I don't like to leave those orders out there, way ahead of time. I'm watching the market. When I get ready to sell something, I'm going to put that limit order in close to what I'm seeing on the market. I'm not going to, put an order out there. Now, there have been cases where, I'll put an order out, like this morning I had an order out there to sell some Novavax at 15 if it were to hit it, but it didn't. So when I woke up and got up and saw that it wasn't going to get there, I canceled that order. But sometimes I do things like that, but I don't go far out like I wouldn't have put an order out there for $20 for Novavax because I knew good and well that's not going to hit that tomorrow, more than likely. But and I just don't like to show my hand. Like I said, I guess it comes from my old poker days when I used to play poker. You just don't want to. You don't want to show your hand. You don't want to give away your cards. So this is the same thing. I feel like those big companies, those big boys can see all those orders out there, and all it's telling them is, hey, if we drive this thing down to this price, there's going to be a lot of people selling. So I just don't like that. I don't like it at all. So that's just me. I'm a little paranoid when it comes to the big boys because I've seen them so many tricks done over the years. And believe me, they're out there. But anyway, that's it for tonight. I just wanted to touch base with you. Tomorrow, though, we're going to kind of keep an eye on the market. Looks like it might start green. May try to sell that DIA. If we can get 2 or 3% on it tomorrow, that'd be great. We'll go ahead and take that. Novavax, we're watching that one. If it gets a good run in a day, I may unload some of those high dollar shares I've got, that are averaged around 13 something. I may unload those because I think it's going to pull back. And if not, I've got some more in another account that I'm way up on. So I'm just wanting to get some cash on the sideline because I think these next 2 weeks are going to be rough. I may be wrong, hope I'm wrong, but I don't think we're going to be going up. That's for sure. All right, well, have a great evening. Appreciate the people watching the videos. Comments have been great. Got a couple more subscribers. Appreciate that as well. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like the videos. And if you have any friends that are interested in trading, make sure you pass along the channel to them. Have a great evening and a great day of trading tomorrow. And we'll check back in with you sometime probably tomorrow night. Thanks. Bye. To subscribe, click the button in the right-hand corner. Thank you.